Derek, Celtic at home, is this one you're looking forward to?
Very much so. I think the fact of the matter is it will be almost a full house out there, and you've got to look forward to these games. You know, we've no Deji as a starts, have been mentioned a few times, but you know, playing Celtic at home is always a fixture you've got to look forward to. It brings its challenges and it's going to be demanding on us, but at the same time we'd rather have the opportunity of that. We missed these types of games last season, and by being good enough to win the league last year we earned the right to come back to these types of games. And you know, I think being at home, it's different when you play the Old Firm. I think everybody goes into the game with that, probably the players included in the support, with that bit more belief, and it's important that we try and instill that in the players, and it's important we try and impose ourselves in the game and try and be as positive as we can from the outset. I'm going to be as positive as we can with the team selection, with how we want to play. Whilst we recognise Celtic's qualities and they've got good players, and they will at times dominate the ball, which they do against most teams they play. It's important that we feel at home and happy not having the ball, but at the same time trying to be as productive and as exciting when we have the ball. It's important we try and show ourselves, you know, show our teeth a bit more and see where it takes us.
You touched on it there. In a game like this where the opposition might have a lot of the ball, how important does the home support play in their role?
Yeah, I think it's important that we are smart with our work. We want to try and go and lay a glove on Celtic, and we want to try and make it as uncomfortable for them as possible. We don't want them to enjoy the game too much, but good players find ways, and it's important that when they are having those periods that there is that understanding. We have got to pick and choose our fights at times, but when those fights come along, it's important we're aggressive with our work. It's important that we take part in the game. It's important we look after the ball when we have it, and it's important we try and arrive in their box as much as we possibly can. So we'll have our moments, I'm sure of that, but having more Kilmarnock fans in the ground than Celtic fans has got to be a positive for us, and we're hoping that is the case.
And this week we also added Deji to the squad. What can we expect to see from him?
Well, he's a very confident boy, Deji. He comes with a real talent. He's lost his way a wee bit in terms of just being out of the loop at Nice. He's a player we actually spoke to his agent about in January when we first came in. He's a player that we asked about when we first came in back for pre-season, and for one reason or another it's just arrived now. The circumstances allowed us to make that signing. He brings real pace to the team, and I think for us we now feel that we've got really good options in those kind of wider areas in terms of speed, but also game changers, which are going to be so important for us even from the bench, because not everybody can start, and the games last 90 minutes, so he's a wee bit behind others. The fact that he played in the Colts game and scored, and he gave a wee flavour of what he's capable of in that game, but he's a boy that probably just needs to find a home, try and get his career back going, get some experience, and hopefully we can be as good for him as he is for us.
And how's the rest of the squad looking going into the weekend?
Yeah, get plenty of bodies back. Managed to get a couple of those senior lads playing in the Colts game as well, Brad and Big Jack. Blair Alston and Stokesy having another week's work, which has been great for them, and it's great having them back because obviously both big players for us. So having the lads back has been great on the training pitch. Jordan Jones back training today as well, managed to do some work ahead of Sunday, which we're pleased with. And the only two really at leaves, because obviously get Lewis Mail back from last week's not being able to play against Rangers, and the only two really at leaves is Zach and Robbo, who's longer term.